Hey guys, it's Delilah and Happy New Year! I know it's super late, but life happens and this is the very first video I'm filming in 2018. I'm just very excited to sit down here and share with you guys my favorite, most used, most loved makeup products from 2017. I also just want to take this chance to thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. I just want to tell you I really appreciate very much each and every one of you and thank you so much. But anyway, before we start, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more Delilah's Delights. Also follow me on my Instagram at Delilah Delights. And without further ado, let's get started. So as many of you know, 2017 is a little bit tough for me. We moved to Tokyo at the very end of 2016 and for the first 6 to 7 months we just lived and moved between hotels and Airbnbs. Really not a year for me to try out new products or to do much shopping. So anyway, many of today's products are repeats. I'm sure you can find many of them all the way back to my 2015 favorites, which is the very first yearly favorites I've done on my channel. Yeah, but I love those products for a good reason and I just really highly recommend each and every one of them. I'm gonna go by the order of how I apply my makeup. So I usually start with my eyes and then face, and at the end my lips. And as usual, I will list all the products in the info box down below, as well as the time stamps, so if you want to jump around, feel free to do so. And also I will skip quite a few categories, and that just means I haven't really found a product I actually really love for that specific category. Okay, so let's start with the eyes. I use mainly eyeshadow palettes and there are two I use the most in 2017. The first one is from Viseart. This is their Theory palette in Cashmere. I think I've done a whole dedicated review, demo, swatch video on this palette, so if you're interested, definitely check it out. I definitely see some pros and cons, but I just noticed myself keep grabbing for it almost on an everyday basis. Whenever I don't really want to think, I always grab this one because as you can see, it's just a very neutral everyday color. The matte shades are absolutely amazing and most of the shimmer shades are pretty pigmented as well, and this is also what I use on my eyes today. Definitely the palette I grabbed the most on an everyday basis in 2017. The other eyeshadow palette I've been loving in 2017 is not a new one. This is the Modern Renaissance from Anastasia. I'm pretty sure I have featured it in my 2016 favorite as well. So as you can see, it's just a very warm tone palette. In general, the quality of the eyeshadow is very good. They are pigmented but still very blendable. On everyday basis, even if sometimes I'm a little bit in a hurry, I can still use this palette and create something very fast, but something that looks very well put together. Next, we have a brow product. I'm not going to stay too long just because I think this is maybe only available in Japan or in Asia. This is a brow pencil from a Japanese drugstore brand called Excel. Basically, it's just a very simple brow pencil. On one side, it has brow pencil and the other side, there's a spoolie, which is actually very good quality. And after you open it, there's just some brow powder inside. And although it's a drugstore brand, but I think they have 8 colors, which is quite incredible. This is the one and only brow products I use on my brows on an everyday basis now. So yeah, it's definitely my most used brow product in 2017 and probably in the following years as well. Moving on to face, you will notice many of the following face products are all featured in my no foundation routine. Because in 2017, I just tend to wear a lot less products on my face in general. Usually after my skincare routine and sunscreen and all that, I will skip face primer and foundation and just go straight to the concealer. So yeah, I don't have a favorite primer today. Actually, I think I will film my face primer collection and declutter video next, just because I don't wear most of them. But I do have a favorite foundation to share with you guys. This is the foundation I will wear if I ever decide to wear one. This is the Diorskin Forever foundation. It's also the foundation I'm wearing right now. My shade is 030. Again, I filmed a full-on review on this product, and in that video I did review, demo, close-ups, indoors, under the sun, all that good stuff. So if you want to know more about this product, definitely check out that video. This is a medium to buildable full coverage foundation, and usually I will just use one full pump to cover my whole face face, and it will give a very nice medium coverage, and it has a satin semi-matte finish. In short, I think it's a foundation that has very good coverage yet still look very natural on the skin, at least on my skin. And it's also the type of foundation that I will be happy to wear on an everyday basis without looking too much, but whenever I go to some special occasion, I can still trust it. Next, moving on to color correcting. Even though I don't really wear foundation in 2017, I still like to color correct only my under eye. So on an everyday basis, when I want a more natural type of finish, I will go for this one. This is from 3 Cosmetics. It's a Japanese high-end brand, and it has a very beautiful formula. I would say it's more like a light coverage, not even medium. It's a very natural type of finish, and it never make my under eye look dry. It just always kind of almost give a very dewy look on your under eye, so it looks very youthful, very beautiful, and it doesn't crease, doesn't crack, doesn't make my under eye look dry. So that's really just what I want for my under eyes. And after color correcting, I will go on with the concealer to apply in my under eye areas, as well as some little parts on the blemishes over my face. You can see the whole application process in my no foundation routine. I think those are the exact products I use in that video. And the concealer that will usually do the job is this one from Maybelline. This is their Age Rewind concealer. I have the shade in medium. I almost use up the whole tube, and I think this is my second one. I will for sure repurchase the third one very soon. This is just like the previous 3 color correcting product. Light to medium coverage, I will say, for this one, and it has a very natural finish. It never make my skin looks cracky, dry, flaky. I can definitely put it a little bit all over my face and it will still not look heavy at all. Next, for setting powder, my favorite one is this one from NARS. This is their light reflecting setting powder, and I think this is a repeat since the 2015 favorites of mine. When I put it over my face, I personally don't really see any shimmers, but it does give a very brightening type of effect, and it does give flashback when you take picture with flash. Besides all that, I think if you have normal to dry skin and you tend to feel many face powder will just make your face look a little bit dry and cakey, you can definitely try out this one because it's just a very thin, natural type of powder. This is just the type of powder that I feel I can apply a lot on my face and it will still look very natural. Moving on to bronzer, this is another repeat all the way back to 2015. This is the theBalm Bahama Mama Bronzer. I'm hitting pan very hard, there's almost not much left. This is, I think, my third one, and as you can see, it's been very well loved. It's a completely matte bronzer and it has a very neutral undertone. Perfect to put over your face to warm up the complexion, but if you have maybe medium skin tone like me, or especially if you have a neutral to warm undertone, you can also use it to kind of give a very light contour look. And I just really like the powder formula. It's very buttery, it's pigmented but very blendable. As long as you are not super fair or super deep skin tone, if you are anywhere in the middle, I think you will like this because it just have a perfect undertone and the powder quality is absolutely amazing. One new find from 2017, which is my absolute favorite. This is from Physician Formula. It's their Bronze Booster Highlight and Contour Palette. This one is all matte, and as you can see, it's very well loved. Those are all on my face today. I use this shade to bronze all over my face and this shade to contour, and I did put a little bit of this on my under eye area. It's quite pigmented, but it's also very blendable. And this shade, compared to the previous one, the theBalm Bahama Mama, that one is a little bit more neutral and this one is slightly warmer, but it's still fairly neutral. Inside, after you open this, there's a mirror and there's a little brush, and the brush is decent. I definitely still prefer to use my own brush to do the bronzer and contour, but it's just really comes in handy, especially when you are traveling, and it's just a very nice little compact from the drugstore and I highly recommend it. Next is blush, and I only have one to talk about. If you are not new to my channel, you probably know which one I'm going to say. This is from NARS and this is their blush in the shade Madly. This is also a favorite all the way back to 2015. I think this has been my very favorite blush ever since I got it. It goes with all kind of eye look, goes with anything. It's what is on my face today. I'm not sure whether you can really see because the sunlight is kind of washing away everything. If you look inside the pen, you can see some very minor shimmers a little bit, but once it's on your face, you cannot see the shimmers at all. It does give you a very nice, healthy glow. If you are someone who always don't have good luck with blush and you just don't like any color tone on your skin, then definitely try out this one mattely, because you might be surprised. This might be just the one for you. Next, onto highlighter. Another favorite repeats all the way from 2015, which is still my very favorite highlighter, is this one from Mercier. This is their matte Radiance Baked Powder in the shade 01 Highlight. Even though it's baked product, which usually will take forever to finish, but I actually make a very good dent in it. So that comes to show how often I use it. And this is what is on my face today. The shade is kind of a typical champagne type of highlight shade, but what really impresses me the most is not the shade, it's the formula and the finish of the highlight. It's definitely a very beautiful sheen, a beautiful glow. It's almost like a watery type of glow, and out of all the highlighters I've tried and owned, I think this one is definitely the one that emphasizes the texture the least. Another powder highlight I really like in 2017, which is actually a new find, is this one from NARS. This is in the shade Hot Sand. It has a little bit more peach warm undertone than the previous Laura Mercier one. Again, it's not metallic, it's not like shimmery. When you swatch it, you don't see like a actual particle of shimmers or glitters, because that's just not the type of highlight I go for. And I think because this one has a tiny peach undertone, I think it looks particularly good on medium skin tone, especially with a warm undertone. Last highlighter is my favorite cream highlight from 2017, is from Colourpop, and this is their Super Shock Cheek highlight in the shade Lunch Money. It's almost like a white gold type of color, so it's very intense. I would say compared to the previous two, this one is definitely a more visible type of highlight. In general, I just really love the cream highlight formula from Colourpop. I've tried many of them. Some of them are a little bit more shimmery, but this one is not. Lastly, moving on to lips. I feel I've been talking for hours. On everyday basis, I rarely wear lipstick or any lip products. My lips are usually bare. So in 2017, especially when I'm busy, I didn't touch liquid lipstick, I didn't touch lip gloss, I just don't touch anything like that. Only the good old lipsticks. First, let's talk about what's on my lips today. This is from MAC. This is their Liptensity lipstick line, and this shade is called Toast and Butter. Brown, earthy color with a hint of red. It's a little bit creamier than the regular MAC matte lipsticks. It goes on the lips pretty opaque and pretty smooth. It doesn't tug or anything like that, but after you wear it for a while, then it will start feeling a little bit dry, at least on me. It's definitely not my favorite lipstick formula, but it's one of my favorite shades. So if you guys know there's anything like this type of color, earthy, brownish nude type of color with a lot more emollient type of formula, definitely let me know. I will appreciate the recommendation very much. Speaking of creamy and opaque, this is another favorite lipstick of mine in 2007. Well, not only in 2017, but more like all-time favorite. This is the Bobbi Brown Luxe lip color in the shade Pink Buff. It's kind of a perfect nude, perfect my lip but better on my skin tone, and the formula is very creamy yet opaque. Yeah, I love the formula. It's perfect, and it's perfect on every day, but also perfect for any special occasion. Except if you love like a very matte lipstick, this one is not transfer proof and it's not super matte, but it's just a very comfortable, luxurious type of formula on your lips, and I think they have many beautiful neutral nude shades. My camera is dying, so I'm panicking a little bit. Last lipstick I use the most in 2017 is this one from NARS. This is their sheer lipstick in the shade Damage, and actually before I did my lip products collection and declutter video, you didn't see this one because this one lives in my purse. It's just the lipstick that I carry with me all the time. It's a very sheer lipstick, but it's very moisturizing, very hydrating. Although it looks a little bit purplish, but on the lips it's very sheer and just give a beautiful wash of color. I can just put it on my lips without looking at the mirror, so sometimes if I'm on the bus or if I'm kind of on the way, then I can just take it out and very quickly reapply without the fuss. And that's it guys, those are my favorite makeup products I love and use the most in the year of 2017. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I breezed through everything very fast, so So if you have any question about any specific product, or if there's anything you want to tell me, always feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. I will always be happy to answer you. Don't forget to check out all the related videos I link down below. Many of them are a lot more in-depth type of reviews if you are interested in those products. And yeah, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more Delilah's Delights. Also follow me on my Instagram at Delilah Delights. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye bye.